Hey fellow mariners, Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Vintage Story Frostlands, episode 97, Just the Open Ocean. So I guess it's really not prep for the Deseret. We are going to travel to the Deseret, or the Lazaret, sorry. Travel to the Lazaret. And we're making a midnight journey. Or 1 a.m. journey. In-game, it is March 5th, -7 Celsius, and we are underway. Now, the plan here is to try to go by boat as much as we can. The Lazaret is extreme to the east, so I have to sail kind of like all around the continent that we're on to get there. Because with my world gen, very likely most of the world is going to be ocean, and I would not be able to ride the elk. Oh, what the hell? Speaking of elk, where the hell did it go? Alright, let me try to get to shore and whistle it. Because it disappeared? You can't really save scum this game, because, you know, it doesn't save like that. Alright, here's the flute. Hello, Mr. Elk. So, there is an owned creature world map. And it shows that the elk is like, I'm with it. To accidentally click it when I click the map? I mean, it's possible, but according to my mini-map, like... Oh, no, I really sailed away from it. Okay, let's go find it. That's unfortunate. A little delay to the departure. I hope this isn't a regular bug, because then I'll have to leave Elkie behind. I don't think I untethered it, though. So if it's only -6, I can get wet and not suffer hypothermia. Plus, I'll be traveling around the coast, so it's not a big deal. Are you just floating? What are you, Elk Jesus? Come on, Elkie, this way. I'd rather not get wet if I could help it. Do you think tethered ropes break when you save and load? That's entirely a plausible answer. And quite likely what happened here. Okay, well, a little delayed departure, but should be fine. Although it does not seem to be coming to me at the moment. Maybe I have to be close to it? I don't know the full like ins and outs of animal husbandry. Hello? That was weird. Like, wouldn't let me in my seat. Come on. This way. What are you doing? Are you... What are you... What's your deal, dude? Do I really have to get out and, like, tether you? Okay. This seems inconvenient. Why is my boat sinking? What is... why am I subterranean? Yo, Elkie, how heavy are you? Did you eat a lot of meteoric iron or something? Actually, you know what? I'm just a submarine. Oh, the hell was that noise? Yep. Okay, the rope snapped, but now we're on the shore. Well, you can see my base from here, at least. There's my base. Alright, you. Can you What the heck? Alright, do I have to ride you? We're having some trial and error problems here. Alright, Elkie. Elkie. What are you, why are you what are you doing? I might need to save and load. Because, he is not swimming. And I'm gonna oh, I can't even ascend. Dude, are you Nibbler? Like, did you eat dark matter? Can you get up here? Okay, now I'm being dragged as if I'm roped. Yo, this way. This way. There's some, like, really wonky physics going on right now. I can't lead it to... I can't tether it. And it's, like, dragging me around. Like, I am the elk. So... let's go ahead and do this. You... gonna ride here. And I'm gonna bail on out and bail back in. Elkie or Elkie? Yeah, maybe Elkie hit the sauce. It's Elkie the Elkie. Rename the elk work in progress. Oh, what the hell? Okay, so Elkie here believes in superposition. I guess. I don't know. I don't know. Are you going to stay in the boat? Are we going to stay afloat? Will I have to dig a moat? Will I have to tame a goat? Okay, I think we're good. Let's hope this pattern continues. And I don't end up either a submarine or a shepherd of a lost elk. Oh, what the hell? Okay, I have a theory. Elkie is now on the shore, teleporting back to where it was. I don't think tethering an elk to the boat works well, but I do think that if I exit out of the boat, save and load, Elkie will just, like, appear in the boat, meaning I don't have to go fetch it. That's my working theory now. So, let's see if I'm right. Because if that's the case, I'll just, like, keep sailing, and then just... Nope! That didn't work. I may have to just sail to the lazaret, and then... walk the rest of the way. I don't think the elk is gonna have gonna be much of an aid. I will try to tether the elk one more time, but I've got a feeling like this trip is not going well. The other thing I could try to do is to clear up some additional space in the boat. I have a bunch of chests here that are empty, so I can move the empty chests if it's like a clipping thing. I don't think it should be, but you never know. So, any of the empty chests can... Oh, come on. Go into the storage container. Man, everything was going great last stream. What happened? That one's empty. I think they're... Oh, I'm on the rat lines now. God, this is, like, nauseating. And I'm already nauseous, so it's not helping. Okay, yep. So, we have moved everything around to make an extraordinary amount of room for Elk. Lots of folks are reporting disappearing elks on boats. I believe it. So I think this is the last attempt before I give up on the goal of bringing the elk to the lazaret. At some point, I'm going to waste more time trying to get the elk there than I would gain from riding the elk, right? So it's a cost-benefit analysis, if you will. And I'll try to do nothing that disrupts the delicate balance of the elk. I also feel like the elk should probably not be affected by snow in the way that the boat and the stuff in the boat is, because it looks a little silly that the elk's getting covered in... It's like the elk doesn't have body heat, which I don't think would be correct. Elk camo, yeah. From a programming standpoint, maybe Cathodon, you can agree, it seemed like the elk had a XYZ coordinate problem where when it tethered to the boat, it was supposed to attach its coordinates to the boat, and it seemed like, for whatever reason, it would revert to its attachment point. So I don't think it has anything to do with the save coordinates. I think the elk resets to its attachment spot, attachment XYZ coordinates from some sort of trigger. That's what looked like was going on to me. Having done some Java coding myself, but it's not for me to figure out. I am not the developer. So let's hope our little trip goes without too much more of a hitch. Oh, rope pun unintended. So in terms of the landmass, once we get around the northern peninsulas, I wish the terrain would load. But once we get around the northern peninsulas, I think it's open ocean, and I'm not really sure how much we can get straight to the lazaret's coordinates. But we are at we're effectively at like -700. And the lazaret's coordinates are way the hell over here at like 10,000 east and then 2,700 south. So we're pretty far. I mean, I haven't done the Pythagorean theorem, you know, to figure out exactly the distance. Plus, it's not like it's the crow flies. We don't go straight there, but... I really wish the map would do some more loading, though, because I can't really navigate all that well with it the way it is. Oh, okay. We were heading straight into landmass. Got it. Maybe I'll leave the map open for a minute and just try to get it to load up. It's an incredible amount of chunk data that is being loaded from disk to memory, which is why it, like, takes a while like this. Kind of feel like Leif Erikson or something, you know? Navigating new waters. But the elk seems to be sticking with me. That's good. So the real challenge is to try to find waterways or open ocean that allows us to get to the Lazaret's destination without having to do too much overland travel, because unlike a canoe or something like that, once we have to make landfall, I can't bring the boat with me. And I didn't have the presence of mind to bring a raft. I really should have, but I didn't. And I didn't go back for one either. Come on, load. Okay, so if this is the Bauxite Peninsula, I know that, like, the northern edge is about here. Because it's not foggy anymore, I can kind of use visual navigation as well. Which might be a little bit more reliable than the map that never loads. But once we get close, I think the chunk for the map will load. It just takes a minute. So to back up to like 3,500, like mile high elevation or mile high perspective, the long and short of it is that we got everything that we needed to do to get to the Resonance Archive through the Treasure Hunter Trader. So multiple streams ago, we managed to find a Treasure Hunter Trader here. We exchanged what we needed to do to get information about the Resonance Archive, and then we went to the archive and brought the archive information back to the Treasure Hunter Trader to exchange for both the elk and also to exchange for information about some of the points of destination mentioned within the archive. Just as a little reminder about what's going on. So, for the 1.2 update, which is the branch we're playing on right now, this is 1.20.4, it has introduced story destinations beyond the archive. So the archive's been out for about almost a year now, but these new locations are new. These new locations aren't finished. The story isn't necessarily finished, but there are, without spoiling it, within the Resonance Archive, it had mentioned, I think, 5 or 6 new locations, and the Lazaret was the only one that the Treasure Hunter Trader knew information about. And the Treasure Hunter Trader also mentioned that he had some sort of notion about some of the other locations, but like not actual XYZ coordinates as to where they might be. There we go. There's the map. Well, so far it's been a cooperative elk. So we really haven't traveled east far from where our base is. Our base is at about -700, and we have to go to a 10,000. So, it's going to be a trip. One thing that we can do while traveling is to try to make notion of any terrain that might look interesting. I haven't actually found marble, limestone, or chalk, which are all ingredients for slaked lime. If we wanted to make quick lime, you know, if we really wanted to ramp up. So to back up again, in order to make the refractory furnace that we made, to get the steel armor that we have, we did mostly had to buy the quicklime, because short of breaking down seashells, which I could only find so many, we really didn't have any other source of lime. So we did exchange gears for quicklime, but I would love to find a source of things that make limestone, which would be chalk, marble, or lime itself. It is a little tricky with all the snow, but as we're traveling, like, there's only a few things that... Oh, great, and fog. There's only a few things that I would want to stop for, and one would be to just... Because it wouldn't take very much mining, but just to get a little bit of quicklime. Or more. more limestone material. In terms of the other materials that we've yet to find, we haven't really bothered to do a search for chromite or chromium. And of course, we also haven't found salt. We did get some salt from the Residence Archive, but that is certainly not enough salt to actually do much with. Because if we wanted to make like salted vegetables or something like that, we would need a lot more salt than just a handful. Interesting fact, salt is what the word salary comes from, because it used to be that people would be paid in salt for their work. That's how important it was. And spices in general, but, you know, salt more than others due to its utility. Which is funny to think, because, not that it's a game mechanic yet, but you'd imagine that if this is like a saltwater ocean, that gaining salt through distillation would be pretty easy. Right? Just dump salt, let it evaporate, you're left with... Or dump salt water, let it evaporate, you're left with salt. Well, impure salt, but still. Is that bauxite? I think it probably is, because this is the bauxite coast. So there's bauxite caves here. Embedded in slate, it looks like. So now is we're pretty much pointed as the crow flies straight to the lazaret, and I have no idea what kind of land masses we're going to meet. I suspect we're going to have to do a lot of circumnavigation around, like, continents, or whatever you would call them. I guess islands? They're not really large enough to be continents. But it's kind of hard to tell without being able to zoom out more. I wonder if maybe I'll just leave the world map up and make it movable, and just, like, see if it, like, oh, no, it really doesn't help. It keeps resetting. Alright, we can unpin the treasure hunt trader from the map. I don't need that location anymore. And we can also unpin our boathouse. The only pinned now is home and lazaret. Fog's starting to clear, which is nice. We're able to see some of the beautiful vistas. And in the latest update, the 1.24 update, I believe the warnings about temporal storms are, like, working again. Not that would really matter to me sailing around on the open ocean. We can't really be attacked. But still. Your world, you literally spawn next to chalkstones? Yeah, so what I've heard, and what I also have suggested to people new to the game, is one, use the real color map. Because normally when you spawn in summer, you actually get to see the terrain types. It's especially pronounced in gravel fields, because in forests it's kind of hard to tell because, right, it's all dirt. But in gravel fields it's very obvious. Like, this is slate. I don't even have to check. I mean, I can tell just from color. So when you're playing a new game, one of the advices I have... Oh, and this whole mountainside is like bauxite. But one of the advices I have is, before you even decide to, like, stick with your world seed, to check whether or not your world seed has, like, stratosphere or stone variety. Because a lot of worlds you'll end up spawning in are just, like, complete giant fields of granite. And granite everywhere. Which, in the gravel fields, will be like a standard granite gray, right? And if you don't have other stones, you probably should re-roll your world seed. Because granite is not a host rock for all the things you might want. In terms of mining and materials, and obviously you can't grind it up for quicklime or anything like that. So, it's not to say that it's a bad starting rock. It's not bad, but I definitely suggest having the real world map settings turned on so you can tell And to make sure that you have like a variety of stones around you. Because in one of my test worlds, actually the first test world I ever made of this when I was learning how to play, I started off in like an entire biome in every direction within like 10,000 cells was all like granite, which meant finding some materials were virtually impossible. Is quicklime a precursor to concrete? No, it's a requirement of making steel. In order to make the refractory furnace or cementation furnace to make steel, you need mortar, and mortar requires quicklime. What if you're playing on a hardcore server with no map? Then go to the highest point possible, a mountainside or something, and just do a visual confirmation, right? Like, even from where I am here, I can tell, you know, we've got granite, we've got rhododite, we got conglomerate, you know, just, I don't need a mini-map to be able to tell rocks are different colors, essentially. Definitely is easier for the minimap, though. You can... Ooh, look at that land bridge over there. That's nice. See that thing? Sweet. That'd make a great castle location. Building a castle on the east half of that land bridge. And these peaks look pretty cool. They'd be horrible to mine in. That's pretty crazy map terrain. So we are like a 10th of the way there. No, more like a 5th. Went from negative 1200 to positive 1800. And then the Lazarette is 10,000. It ain't a short journey. And I actually mentioned this in like a YouTube comment or two, but I kind of lament like the distances that they have us cover. What stream is this? 17. I'm pretty far in. Or episode 97. Something like that. Well, let's see if we can't I wish I wish it was possible to just like lock in that your sailboat's going forward. That way I could like climb up the rat lines. I understand that there would have to be some sort of setup to prevent your sailboat from sailing off without you. So like games like Sea of Thieves, for instance, you like can take a mermaid back to your boat, which obviously would be too fantastical for this game. But some sort of detection of like, you're still technically on the boat, whether you're in the rat lines or in another seat or something, but it allows you to keep going forward or thereabouts. This is our number 61, I think, of the series. So I don't really see any land masses ahead. Before I depart from this land, body temp is totally normal, so I don't need to set any fires. Also, probably should take off my armor to reduce my hunger rate, because there's no sense in being starving for no reason. I totally forgot to do that until now. So now my hunger rate is normal. Why is it 120%? Why would it be higher? I don't have anything in my offhand. Anyone make sense of that? Yeah, I don't know. It's warm though. It's 5 Celsius. That's pretty toasty for March 5th. Would it be too fantastical given Lovecraftian enemies? True, but it wouldn't be in keeping with the lore of this. Like, this game definitely has its own version of fantasy, and breaking from the in-game lore might be a little weird. Where is my translocator? Didn't my translocator take me out somewhere in this ocean? Where was the other end of the translocator? I don't even remember. I thought it was somewhere to the east, deep in the ocean, though, wasn't it? I should be, like, coming up on my... Oh, no, there it is. I think I translocated... Looking how the map is loading? Well, the map is loading like crazy, but I translocated actually pretty far east. Yeah, JD, you make a fair point. If there was a Lovecraftian ocean creature, it would probably be not something you would want to swim towards. I agree with that. It probably would not aid you in getting back to your boat. It would definitely try to eat you or something. Yeah, mermaids in World War would drown you anyway. Yeah, they'd be like sirens. Although this is a hell of an odyssey, so maybe that's fitting. Just tie me to the mast. Totally forgot Tusk was behind me. So we are 2,700 units east. And it doesn't look like we're going to be impeded by any land masses anytime soon. Yeah, there are some tiny islands here. I can actually point towards them. They're not that out of the way. I'm glad the elk's actually been on the boat now. What's weird is I don't see these islands on the... Oh, maybe they're farther away than they seem. Objects in the mirror appear closer than they are. Than they actually see. Whatever, I don't know. Maybe these are ruins? They don't look like ruins. They just look like stones. To me. To my untrained eye. But they also seem to be pretty far away. They're beyond the mapped horizon. Well, I'll head there anyway. It's not too far out of my way. And we are headed into another night. Oh, yeah, they're there. So the Residence Archives is about, what, was about 6,000 units, a little shy of 6,000 units away from my home. So once I exceed... Once I exceed, like, 6,000 to the east, I will have gone farther than I've ever gone before. What a cute little archipelago. Water seems transparent when you look farther out. Yeah, there isn't like a the proper murkiness, so that you can see the topography is probably the wrong term, because it's underwater. But you know what I mean. The topography of the ocean. A little strange. Wow, there's like a continental shelf right there. See that? Right where the sun's setting. That's kind of neat. Bless you. Tusk just ripped one. One meaning a sneeze. Oh, little butterflies floating around. Oh, hello. I see fresh berries. I'd get out, but I worry for Elkie. that if I get out to pick the berries, Elky's gonna do something weird. But I dub the Berry Islands. Maybe Dingleberry Islands. You know, because... Dingle Island? Never mind. Zero of you got that reference. I should not assume. Oops. Actually, really, it's Dingle Peninsula, but whatever. It's geography in Ireland. Which, to be fair, Ireland is an island. Oh, I hear... Oh yeah, there's a portal down there. That looks really weird. I've always wondered, I have never looked this up, but I suspect mobs can't spawn underwater? Meaning that, like, underwater rifts pose no threat to me? Provided there's no landmass nearby? Maybe I'm wrong. Floating drifters? Yeah. Hope they drown. Well, my world map is not cooperating, like, at all. It's trying to fill in a whole bunch of data of areas not around me in the slightest. We're now about 4K of the 10K away. So, I would say, considering we didn't even start at 0, we're about 50% there. Because we started at a negative 1,000 and we had to really route around the peninsula. One thing I'm curious about is, like, physically how far we can see on the horizon. Oh, don't snow on me. Or rain. Gross. Yeah, see, yeah, I think you're right. It's about a 4-day travel, Scorpio. That sounds about right. But it's actually almost within one fully zoomed out section of the world map. And I do maybe they're not landmasses; they're just breaks in the clouds. Did the seasons change? Yeah, we're in sort of late winter, early spring. You know what I just realized? I bet my food is not faring well. 3 days, 4 days, 8 hours. Okay, turnip pies. 3 days, 3 days, 40 days. 4 days. Really? Oh, because these are sealed and these aren't. I forgot that I sealed the meat crux. Because we are heading into spring and, like, berries seem to be more plentiful, I'm not exactly worried about running out of food. Plus, there's the food hanging off the elk itself. But, yeah, it's... Oh, we just deleted a bunch of our turnip pies. I think because I didn't have room for the stack. I would be concerned, but they were all going to rot anyway, so I don't really care. With that said, I should make a little bit more room in my inventory so that doesn't keep happening. And Zan, thank you for the resub. All those pies I made, and we just dumped like 15 of them into the ocean. Thank you for tuning in to Vintage Story Frostlands, which originally streamed live on Twitch, February 27th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you in next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow Seraphs.